So you've heard about the male G-spot. Or maybe you haven't and you're wondering if this is just some strange form of clickbait or if it is, in fact, a real thing. Well, I'm here to deliver the good news. The male G-spot is for sure a very real spot. And yes, it is capable of giving you that full body head to toe orgasm. And some even say it's much stronger than the regular penile orgasm. Hi babies, if you are new here, my name is Miranda, sex coach and educator, and I'm here to tell you all about P-spot or male G-spot pleasure. On today's episode, we will be talking about how to access and how to achieve that P-spot orgasm or that G-spot orgasm. So if this is something that interests you, maybe you want to watch it with a partner or maybe you want to watch it in private. Either way, if you're interested about learning a little bit more about the male G-spot, then you have landed on the right channel. So grab a pen and paper or just listen up. We're about to talk about some butt stuff. Now, I just want to clear this up right now. When we say the G-spot, we really mean the P-spot. These types of orgasms are given by stimulating the prostate gland, giving it the name of the P-spot orgasms because of the similarities that it has to the female G-spot. After all, we are made up of the same parts. We're just rearranged a little. Now, how exactly do we find the prostate without absolutely injuring ourselves or injuring our partner? First things first, we need to wash our hands, we need to wash our bum. If we are doing this with a partner, we need consent and communication, but we also need clean hands, clean fingernails that are nice and trimmed all the way down, as well as lots of lubrication, because we do not want to be scratching or getting anything that doesn't need to be on our fingers on them. However, if that does happen, sex is messy, sex is fun, sex is funny, and it's kind of smelly sometimes. So if you're not ready for it, then you're not ready for it. You can also use a glove or a condom to make this type of play a little bit cleaner if that's something that you are worried about. So now let's get back onto where exactly this prostate is. So it's approximately 2 inches into the rectum, sitting on that upper wall. I'm gonna drop a picture right here so that you guys know what the heck I'm talking about. Now, this spot is much easier to find when your partner or when you are already aroused. This is because the amount of blood flow is going to cause the area to become engorged and swollen, just like the vulva would. So when we have that engorged or the swelling start to occur, that is what makes it much easier for us to find the P-spot. So start by getting aroused first. Now, when we find the P-spot, it's best to use a firm but gentle pressure. Remember, you always want to be stimulating the upper wall of the rectum. This means going up towards the belly button, just like the female G-spot is up towards the belly button. Do you kind of see some similarities starting to happen? So now that we have an understanding of where the prostate gland is and how to find it, we are now going to talk about 2 different ways to stimulate the prostate, both directly and indirectly. And both directly and indirectly both offer 2 different types of pleasure. First, I want to talk about direct stimulation, mostly because I feel like this is something that is less talked about, but people are more curious about. And I also want to change that because I absolutely love talking about taboo topics. So I want to start off with a money move that I learned from a company called Beducated. Now they offer over 100 different courses on sex education and pleasure. And every time I scroll through the courses, I always find something I want to learn more about. And this time it was about stroking the prostate internally. So when I saw a course on that, obviously I had to click on it because I was doing this video. And I actually don't know a lot about prostate pleasure, just the basics. So when I had the opportunity to learn and watch how to actually apply the technique from an expert, obviously I had to do it and I had to bring it to you guys. Now this technique is called the prostate stroke or the P stroke. So we're gonna get ourselves aroused or we're gonna get our partner aroused because we wanna be able to find the prostate. So once our hands are washed, our fingernails are trimmed, and we are all lubed up on our fingertips, we are gently going to start massaging the outside of the anus, working our way slowly in so that we can find the prostate. Once we have found the prostate, we are going to be using the pad of our fingertip, not the tip of our fingertip, the pad. This is because we want to avoid scratching or any type of annoying irritation. For the sake of our prostate, this is going to be what is going to be our prostate. So we're gonna take the pad of our finger. Yes, we are starting off with 1. If you are more advanced or more comfortable, you can move into 2. So we are going to be stroking, but we are not going to be poking. It's almost like that come hither motion that we would use on the G-spot. Now you wanna keep a firm but steady rhythm. Communicate with your partner to figure out the right pressure and the right speed. You always wanna make sure you start off slower and lighter. Now, the thing that keeps me going back to Beducated and loving their website is specifically the fact that they have explicit but not pornographic videos so that you can learn from. Yes, so if you are a visual learner, just like myself, you get to see how the technique is performed safely and effectively so that you and your partner are receiving the max amount of pleasure. And so nobody is getting hurt. Keep in mind that these are experts from all around the world providing you with top of the line content around sex and sex education and pleasure. So because I love learning from Beducated so much, we have teamed up and gifted you 50% off for the whole year. But this 50% off only lasts until the end of August, which is creeping up very, very fast. Trust that I don't want you guys to miss out. And because of that, I'm gonna gift you 24-hour access to the website for free so that you guys are not sleeping on this amazing opportunity and you grab that 50% off while you can. Hey, if you have some buyer's remorse or you can't afford it or there's something that comes up where it's just not meant for you, there's a 14-day money back guarantee. So you are not trapped in a contract at all. I just want you guys to be able to get that sex education that you deserve, which is part of the reason why I do this type of work on this open platform. Go on, get that 24 access for free. I know you want it and I know you're curious. All right, now let's dive in to our second technique, which is going to be indirectly stimulating the prostate. So I understand for a lot of you watching right now, being directly stimulated on the prostate might be a lot for you to digest and maybe just a little bit too much for right now, especially if this is your first time dabbling into this area. So I wanted to make sure I added a way to indirectly stimulate the prostate. That brings us to our second technique, which is gonna be a perineum massage. So this is a way where we can indirectly stimulate the prostate and kind of dip your toes into the water on what that style of orgasm might feel like. Now, just because you're not going to achieve, or you're most likely not going to achieve the true prostate orgasm, doesn't mean it's not gonna offer you some benefits, because it does. It's most likely gonna take your regular penile orgasm to a whole nother level. And if I told you it could enhance it, isn't it something that you might want to try? And like I said, this is a great introduction to a prostate orgasm or to directly stimulate the prostate. Kind of gets you feeling what those sensations might feel like without going internal. So when we're warming up for this style of massage, like I said, you still want your partner to be aroused first, or you yourself need to be aroused. Now we're gonna apply a generous amount of lube to the pad of our fingertip into the area that we are gonna be massaging. You can start with some gentle strokes around in circles, or just hold it with a firm pressure. Personally, for me, when I'm giving, I like to do a 2-finger rule, especially when I am applying just pressure. It covers just a little bit more surface area. Now, that being said, you always want to be communicating back and forth with your partner to feel what best suits them and their needs. So where exactly is the perineum, or the gooch, or the taint, whatever type of lingo you want to use? It's about an inch before the anus. Now, when exactly do we want to stimulate it? So we want to stimulate it when we are giving oral, or when we are having penetrative sex, or whenever your partner really wants you or guides you into giving them pleasure in that area. Now, like I said, you can either do this technique with your finger and lots of lubrication, or you can do it with a vibrator. Now, just because you are using a vibrator does not mean that it is going to be inserted internally. Okay, this is something that can be done and kept on the outside, sending those different types of vibrations throughout the prostate, giving you a more enhanced style of orgasm. So these vibrators are not just for the ladies out there, they're also for the men, and can feel really wonderful while doing penetration or while receiving oral. All right, babies, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you go check out Beducated, get that 24 hours of free access into the website when you click the link down below and use the code PLEASUREBABY. This will also unlock 50% off your whole year of the courses. Now, you want to grab that as soon as you can because like I said, it ends at the end of August and I do not want you to sleep on this opportunity of an amazing discount. And also, I do want to add that this is just kind of a general coverage of prostate massage or prostate stimulation. There is so much more. So if this is something that interests you, you want me to dive into it a little bit more, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. And don't forget to support me and my content by purchasing a Moody merch, which is also 50% off right now. All right, babies, I will see you later on in the week for another episode. Cheers.